Dear student, myself Rajendra Aaseri. I am assistant professor in computer science department at Government Bangat PG College, Didwana. In the previous lecture, we started a lecture series on database and management system. In this lecture series, up to this point, we covered various concepts on SQL, various concepts on relational algebra and its related operations like set, intersection, union, accept, division, pi, sigma, all these operations already covered in relational algebra. Now we are mainly focusing on SQL. In previous lecture, we did some queries on SQL. We discussed about select clause, from clause and where clause. Then some order by clause and group by clause also have been discussed. Then we started aggregate function topic. In aggregate function, we are having many input and one corresponding output will be there. Now, now in this lecture, we are focusing on aggregate function, null value and nested subquery. Some nested subquery we will be practicing in this particular lecture, right? Now, first point is null value. What is null value? It is possible for tuples to have a null value denoted by null for some of their attribute. Null signifies an unknown value or that a value does not exist. Clear? So the meaning of null is mainly is that it signify an unknown value or that a value does not exist. The predicate is null. The predicate is null can be used to check for null values. Example like suppose we want to find all loan number which appear in the loan relation with null values for amount. So how to write down this query? Suppose I am taking a marker. Select, we require loan number. So in the select clause we will write down loan number attribute from which relation? Loan relation, where the condition is amount is null, right? Now the result of any arithmetic expression involving null is always null. Suppose if we are writing 5 which is integer value and we are performing arithmetic operation addition with null, then it will always return null. The conclusion is that whenever we are applying any arithmetic operation with null value, then it will always return null in result. However, aggregate functions simply ignore null value. In aggregate function, what we used to do, we provide various input. Suppose we are saying that in those various input, one input is null. So what aggregate function will do, it will just ignore that particular null input and it will proceed with remaining all the input which are not null. Okay. Now null value and three valued logic. So some examples we have taken here. Any comparison with null returns unknown. Suppose if we are saying that 5 is less than null, 5 is equal to null, or 5 is not null. Okay, or in all these three possibility we are comparing and the result of comparison is either true or false in general manner. But in case of null value, it will always result into unknown. Means we cannot say that null value is greater than something, it is less than something, or it is not equal to, or it is equal to something. Okay, so in all these case, the comparison case, the null value operation will always return unknown. Now next is three valued logic using the truth value unknown. Suppose in logical or, if we are applying with unknown and true, unknown or true, so first one value is true, it means result will be true, because in case of or the result is true if at least one input is true and result is false if all the input are false. So I am saying that second possibility is false or unknown. One is false, it means result will depend on the second input, and second input is unknown means result is also unknown. Unknown or unknown, it means result will be unknown. This is all about or, three valued or logic. Next is three valued AND logic. In this three valued AND logic, we are having two possibility, two input. One is true, second is unknown. So in case of AND, if at least one input is false, result will be false. In order to get both the, in order to get output true, both the input should be true. Okay, so suppose first possibility, one is true and second is unknown. It means if first is true, then result will depend on second, and if second is unknown, the result will also be unknown. Second possibility, that is first input is false, second input is unknown. So one is false, it means definitely the result will be false. Unknown and unknown, the result will be unknown. Now third possibility is one input is unknown and second input is also unknown. It means the result will definitely be unknown, right? Next is not logical gate. Not of unknown means if we are reversing the unknown value, then also the result will be unknown, because we actually don't know what is the value of unknown. Okay, so P is unknown evaluates to true if the predicate P evaluate to unknown, right? Result of where clause predicate is treated as false if it evaluates to unknown, right? Null value and aggregate. Suppose we are having total loan amount, total all loan amount, then how to write down? Select, in the select sum function on amount and from which relation loan. So above statement will ignore all the null amount and it will result is null if there is no non-null amount. If all the amount are null, then definitely the sum of amount result will also be null. And if some amount are null, then it will ignore those null amount and it will proceed with all the non-null amount and give the output accordingly. All aggregate operations except count star ignore tuples with null values on the aggregate attribute. The beauty of the count is that it will count the null tuple also. Okay, but in all other aggregate operation, they will just ignore the null value. Nested subquery. In SQL, it provides a mechanism for the nesting of subquery. Now, what do you mean by subquery? A subquery is a select from where expression that is nested within another query. A common use of subquery is to perform test for set membership, set comparison and set cardinality. Here, example, some queries are listed here. Suppose we want to find name of all the customer who have bought an account and a loan at the bank. So here the condition that this query can be performed with various methods. But suppose here we want to perform this query with help of subquery concept. Then first we are picking those customer who are related to borrower relation. So select distinct for removing the duplicacy in customer name from which borrower relation, where customer name should also be in means which include from depositor also. So in after the in the bracket, open bracket, we need to write down again select from query. That so inner side query is called as nested query, right? So here this is borrower, this is from borrower all the customer name, and this is from depositor all the customer name. In combined form, both query will say that it is picking those customer who are in borrower, and at the same time those customer from borrower are also in depositor relation. Okay, so this rather than writing in, we can simply write down select distinct customer name from borrower, and where customer name condition, rather than writing the condition, we can write down simply select from and union, or we can write down intersect, because here and is written. So we have to write down select distinct customer name from borrower intersection intersect select customer name from depositor rather than writing this where clause. With help of where clause, we are saying that first we are picking all the entry from borrower, and after that we are restricting with help of a subquery by applying some where condition. That's why it is called as nested query. Query inside a query is called as nested query, right? Find all the customer who have a loan at the bank but do not have an account at the bank. Do not have, it means it is related to set difference. So in set difference, what you wish to do, select from, except select from. Okay, so but suppose with help of where clause we want to write down this query, then how to write down? Select distinct to remove the duplicacy customer name. First we are picking those customer who are related to borrower, means who are having the loan we need to pick, but do not means do not pick from the account relation. So then where customer name not in, they are not included in which relation? Depositor relation. So select customer name from depositor. So all the depositor customers will be not included, and the only those customers will be taken who are related to borrower relation. Next query, find all customer who have both an account and a loan at the parish branch. So here a condition, first thing is that who are having both, means either they should have account as well as loan. Both means end operation, and second is condition is on branch name, that is parish. So first distinct, select distinct on customer name from which relation? From borrower and loan, because some attributes are related to loan and some are related to borrower. After that, some common query or some common predicate need to write down on loan number, because loan number is an attribute which is present in borrower as well as loan. So in where clause, borrower dot loan number is equal to loan dot loan number, and branch name should be equal to parish. This condition is clear, and this branch name and customer name should also present in which relation? Depositor and account, because we are dealing with the query that to return all the customer who are having account as well as loan in parish branch. So from first this query outer query, we are getting all the customer name who are having the loan in parish branch. Now the remaining is all the customer who are having an account in parish branch. So in means we need to pick that also. Select branch name and customer name from depositor and loan, or from depositor and account, where depositor dot account number is account dot account number, because in depositor and account table the common attribute is account number. If we write down this equal condition in where, then it will remove the duplicacy. Okay. Next, set comparison. Find all the branches that have greater assets than some branch located in Brooklyn. So here simply we need to use tuple variable, and with help of tuple variable we will compare, we will put condition in where clause on asset as well as on branch city, that is Brooklyn. So and operator is used because we require at the same time from the Brooklyn, and asset should be greater than branch located at Brooklyn. Okay, in this manner we can perform this, and this same operation or same thing can be implemented, same query can be implemented with help of greater than some clause and with help of nested query. So how to write down? First select branch name from branch where assets are greater than sum of which asset. Select in that nested query, select asset from branch, and where branch city means it will give all the entry, all the asset which are related to Brooklyn branch, and those from those asset, sum of asset, all those asset which are greater than this asset related to Brooklyn branch will be written, and corresponding branch name will be the final answer. Okay. Now some example query. Find the name of all the branches that have greater asset than all the branches located in Brooklyn. Some more, select branch name from branch where asset are greater than, because here all branches. In the previous case, if you notice, there were only Brooklyn branch. Now branch city was Brooklyn, but in some branch, if you see some in the some branch in the previous case, here some branch That's why we have written here some clause. But here if you see from all the branches, it means here we will use all. Remaining query will be same as previous. So in the upcoming lecture we will be discussing some more new concept about database and management system. That's all from this lecture. Thank you.